In the world of celebrity romance, few stories have been scrutinized as intensely as the relationship between Hailey Bieber and Justin Bieber. Their love isn't just a personal journey. It's a public narrative studied, debated, and judged by millions online. From fan rivalries to viral conspiracy theories, their marriage has become a canvas on which the world projects its expectations, jealousy, and obsession. But behind the noise lies a very different story. Before the headlines, before the paparazzi, and long before the speculation, there were two teenagers who crossed paths unexpectedly. Justin, the global pop sensation, and Hailey, the quiet model known more for her family name than her fame, began with something no one expected: a friendship built on patience, understanding, and faith. And long before they ever dated, they learned how to support each other without the cameras watching. Justin's rise to superstardom came with more than admiration. He was barely a teenager when the world claimed ownership over him. His music, his image, even his personal decisions. Public mistakes became global scandals, and every relationship he entered turned into a battlefield of opinions. Hailey witnessed this from the sidelines, not as a fan, but as someone slowly gaining his trust. Their on and off connection evolved quietly, away from the spotlight, until their brief split in 2016. What looked like distance was actually growth. Justin needed healing from fame's relentless pressure, and Hailey needed clarity about herself. They stepped away from each other, only to return stronger. When they rekindled their relationship in 2018, it wasn't spontaneous. It was intentional. It was a decision to choose stability over drama, faith over chaos, and commitment over complications. Yet the world didn't celebrate their marriage the way newlyweds hope. Fans clashed online, some accusing Hailey of stealing Justin, others comparing her endlessly to his past relationships, especially Selena Gomez. Social media turned love into rivalry, and comments grew harsher as their union became a trending topic. The hatred wasn't just digital, it became personal. Hailey received messages wishing for their divorce, while Justin faced criticism for every emotional struggle he revealed. But instead of reacting, they chose silence, privacy, and therapy. Justin openly spoke about his battles with mental health, explaining how marriage didn't magically fix his trauma. It revealed the parts he needed to heal. Hailey stood beside him, not as a celebrity wife, but as a partner learning how to support someone facing the cost of fame. Their story raises deeper questions about how we treat public figures. Why do strangers feel entitled to judge a marriage they know nothing about? Why does celebrity love become a target for fantasies and frustrations? Analysts argue that the audience often forgets that fame doesn't make people invincible. It simply amplifies their struggles. Hailey and Justin's relationship reflects the challenges of modern relationships, but magnified 1,000 times by constant scrutiny. Yet despite the noise, they remain committed to normalcy, cooking dinner at home, attending church, visiting family, and taking breaks from social media. In a culture obsessed with oversharing, their choice to protect their marriage might be their most radical statement. It proves that love doesn't need public approval to be real. It just needs two people willing to grow through it. Today, what makes their story noteworthy is not their fame, but their resilience. Justin has been open about how Hailey helped him find calm after years of emotional chaos. He described her as a supportive, strong, and loving person who stood by him even when he struggled to stand by himself. Hailey, on her part, spoke honestly about the weight of being married young, admitting that marriage is hard work and not a constant fairy tale. Their transparency challenges the illusion that celebrity relationships are glamorous or easy. Instead, they've shown that commitment requires patience, communication, and a willingness to evolve. Their love isn't defined by Instagram posts or luxury vacations, but by the decisions they make when no one is watching. It's an unlikely reminder from two global icons. Real love is not a performance, it's perseverance. Another compelling layer in their journey is how they manage external narratives without letting them dictate their identity. Fans often choose sides in stories they invent, yet Hailey and Justin choose not to fuel the drama. They don't respond to every rumor, nor do they chase public approval. Instead, they've built a life where privacy is valued and boundaries are firm. Justin limits tours to protect his mental health. Hailey sets boundaries with online platforms to avoid toxic conversations. Together, they represent a new kind of celebrity couple, one that refuses to let the spotlight own them. Their choices reveal a quiet strength, the courage to step back from fame when necessary, even if it disappoints the world, because some relationships grow best away from the stage. What also stands out is how their relationship reflects changing expectations around marriage. Many assume that perfection is the goal, but the Biebers emphasize progress instead. They've openly sought therapy, navigated health challenges, and faced public criticism without pretending to be flawless. In doing so, they normalize something important. Marriage isn't about avoiding conflict, but learning from it. Analysts suggest that this honesty makes their influence more meaningful than any viral controversy. Rather than selling an unattainable fantasy, they show how two young people can mature together, prioritize faith, and embrace personal growth without pretending to know everything. They're building their future step by step, not rushing to meet the world's idealized timeline for what a perfect couple should look like. Their story also highlights the cost of visibility in today's digital age. Every post, every expression, even a simple silence becomes a headline. Hailey once admitted that the pressure can be overwhelming, yet she refuses to let strangers define her value. Justin, meanwhile, has shifted from teenage idol to someone seeking peace rather than applause. The transformation is striking. Fame gave them fortune, but it also forced them to learn who they are, beyond their image. And in that struggle, they discovered something many people never figure out. Love grows stronger when identity isn't dependent on approval. It's a lesson millions can relate to, whether they're ordinary couples or global icons. Relationships survive when two people are committed to becoming healthier versions of themselves. In the end, the public can debate, speculate, or even criticize, but the truth remains simple. Hailey and Justin Bieber are building a life on their own terms. Their journey is neither perfect nor predictable, but it's real, shaped by mistakes, forgiveness, vulnerability, and growth. Their marriage continues to challenge the modern obsession with perfection, and shows that love is not measured by audience applause. It's proven through everyday choices, quiet loyalty, and the patience to grow together in a world that constantly tries to pull you apart. And perhaps that is why their story matters. Not because they are celebrities, but because they remind us that genuine connection still exists, even in a world obsessed with watching it unfold.